Hi there, it's Jen with Silhouette, and today I'm here to show you our new printable cotton canvas. And I'm going to be making my own print and cut with these little geo tags here. And sometimes when I'm making my own print and cut, I find it helpful to bring in another photo that has a color scheme that I like to then I can use the color picker in my fill color window to take colors from that photo to use to fill in my shapes. So that's what I'm doing today, and this is just a photo I found on Pinterest, and you can find any photo that you like to do this same technique with. So first I'm going to just size down my shapes a little bit, and then because I want to color each piece individually, I'm just going to right click and ungroup these shapes. I'm going to select them and keep ungrouping until it doesn't allow me to ungroup anymore. And then after that, I'm just going to one more time do release compound path. That way I can make sure everything is separate. And then I actually, now that I've made everything separate, I do want the words to be together. So I'm going to select the words. It's hard to select just the words, so I've selected all these pieces, but what I'm going to do is just select them, and then while I hold down my shift key, I can deselect the pieces that I don't want. So holding down shift, I'm just going to choose the geotag and the two circles, and then I have just my words selected, and I can right click and group. So now I'm ready to fill everything in. So I'm going to fill in the love that with actually a tan color, which is not in my color scheme, but I wanted to add it instead of the gray. And the little letters are filled in, the holes, so I'm just going to choose right click and make compound path. Next I want to fill the inner circle with white, and you can't see it, but it is filled in, and it's important that you fill it in. You'll see why if you try not doing it. Next I'm going to grab my color picker tool and fill in the next circle with this tangerine color, and then the outer geotag portion with this salmon color. So you can see how easy it is to just grab your color picker. Now I'm going to select that entire shape, and on my line color, in my line color window, I'm going to choose none, and that way I can just see what it looks like, what it's going to look like when I print it out. And here I've got all of my geotags filled in with color. If you need more help on making your own print and cuts, there's a video called DIY Print and Cut that you can watch on that. But here I've got them all filled in, and next thing I want to do is make sure it's going to cut where I want it to. So on these ones I've already got it set to cut just the outside portion, but if I go back to the originals, you can see that it's going to cut out the letters and the circles as well, which I don't want. So what I'll just do is go to the cut style window, select the pieces that I don't want to cut, and choose no cut. And again, this is in that other make your own print and cut video. So again, here's the pieces finished that I've already set to cut just the outsides. Next thing you want to do is make sure you change your page size to letter, because that's what size the printable canvas is. And then we want to turn on our registration marks. So here I've turned them off, and I'll just turn them back on. And that will just make sure that the silhouette can recognize where it needs to cut. And I've duplicated the geotags here twice just so I can fill in this space, and I'll just end up giving those other geotags to Gina or something, and then I can just use the bottom space for another project. I just didn't want to waste that little space next to it. So next thing that you want to do is go to the cut settings. Actually, before we go to the cut settings, we need to print it. So go to File, Print, find your printer, and go ahead and print that out. And then once you've got it printed, you can see I've got it here, and I've placed it on my mat. On your mat. Like I said before, I'm going to use the rest of it for another project, so I've just trimmed off that bottom portion. Then you can just go ahead and load your mat into your silhouette. So just push enter to load. And then I'll go back to Silhouette Studio and go to my cut settings. And in the little drop down, I'm going to choose cotton canvas, and then I'll adjust my blade to 5 and I'll go ahead and click on Cut. And we'll detect the registration marks, just like it does on any print and cut that you've done before, and then go ahead and start cutting out the outsides of the geotags. So here they are all cut out, and you can see that they just peel away from that backing really easily. So they are adhesive backed, which is awesome. And I think I love the texture of the cotton canvas. So I'm going to make a scrapbook page, and I've already print and cut some other canvas shapes here. So I've got my title, which says Delight, a little border. There's the dot to my I. You can see that I've put a little white border around the Delight, and you can do that by using the offset tool. And then on this little subtitle, I just cut it out inside of a little banner shape. And then these are the hearts that I used on the 101 video, and I think they'll go with my page, so I'm going to use them. So here's my layout. I've got it mostly kind of put together, just need to place everything onto the page. So here's my photo, my little girl jumping in some puddles, and I'm just going to place all of these cute little canvas shapes onto the layout. And I poked these ones through the backing. I just left the backing on the shapes so I could move them around until I know where I like them. I'm going to put the little border out to the side of the photo here, and I'm just going to start placing those on. Well, let me adhere my photo first, and I'm just using an adhesive runner here. You can use any adhesive that you have on hand. I just made sure not to place any right towards the edge because I'm going to kind of put this little canvas border strip right underneath the photo. So I'll just peel off the backing and just kind of tuck it underneath the photo. I like to tuck things and have a lot of layers. And I like that the canvas gives just another texture to my layers. So next I'll do my title. Again, I'm just going to peel off the backing. And you don't have to punch them out like I did. I just like to move things around. You could leave them right on the original canvas sheet. So I'm just going to overlap it with my photo. And I love that these are self-adhesive. It just makes it that much easier. That looks about right. And then I'm just going to slide the end of my subtitle underneath the photo and then overlap it on top of my G, or where the G hangs down. And I kind of want the end to stick up just a little bit. You could put like a foam square there. I'm just kind of tapping my hand against it to rub off a little bit of the adhesive. Okay, so here are my hearts from the 101 video, and I'm just going to use a couple of them here. Just peel them right off the backing sheet. And I'm just going to place them in the corner. Right there. And this little one. I like using different sizes and layering them. So the canvas sticks to itself nicely. You can layer different things. So here's the geotags that we just cut out. I'm going to use the Love That. Just peel it off and stick it right on top of my photo. And here I'll give you a little bit closer of a view of that texture here. You can see that the canvas takes the ink really nicely, and I just love the little touch that it adds to my page. Now I forgot to dot my I, so let me go ahead and do that really quickly. Can't have an I without a dot. Well, sometimes you can. Sometimes I do that. And then, if you didn't notice, I have these two little navy blue enamel dots that kind of tie in my subtitle and the stripes on my background. And I just want to put one more on these little hearts here. So that's my finished page, and you can see how easy it is to create your own custom canvas stickers for any type of project. I hope you'll give it a try, and if you have any questions, be sure to leave me a comment and I will try to get back to you. Thanks for watching.